My name is Hope Manning. I am a University of West Georgia organizational leadership major. I live in Ackworth with my husband of 28 years, and I have three amazing kids. They're actually not kids anymore. My oldest daughter graduated from University of West Georgia 2 years ago, and she is 25 years old in the workforce. And then I have a 24-year-old son, and I have a 16-year-old son as well who's a junior in high school. So, some of my areas of interest, I love to play golf. So, we've joined a country club that is near our house, and we get out and play golf as often as we can. That's typically about once a month. I also love to watch football. So, this is my favorite time of year, not only watching my son, but I am a college football fan, and I also love the Falcons. So, those are a little bit of my areas of interest. Um, Academic interest, I would say that it's really more coming back to school as an adult and working in the workforce for 28 years. I find a lot of additional learning has been very favorable to me. So, a lot of the additional reading and leadership classes and so forth have really been great in some of my academic interests. 30 years ago, when I started my college journey, I would have said math 100%, but I never really put math in place in my professional career. So I still love math, but almost a little bit as a hobby more so than as an academic interest. So, a couple things with media. So, my favorite book. If you can see kind of behind me, this is my work office. So I work for a software company in sales, and I have a lot of books on my shelf. A lot of it is work related. So many things around leadership, self improvement as well. I'm always learning to find different ways of getting better. But the book I'm reading right now, and I highly recommend for anybody who is watching this, is Girl Wash Your Face. This is an incredible book. It really speaks to the heart about truth and our knowing our truths and being able to be honest about them, especially for women in the workforce. So I highly recommend it. It's been a great easy read right now, and I can't wait. I'm about halfway through. I can't wait to finish it. Magazine. I'm a People magazine girl. A little fun fact, my company actually was just featured in People magazine as one of the top companies that gives back to America. So the company I work for is Ultimate Software. You probably can see it also in some of my wall hangings behind me. But we give back to the community, and we were recognized by People magazine. So that was kind of cool because it's a magazine that I like to read. It's just fun and gossipy and just what's happening with people in the world. So I like to read People. And then from a newspaper or news source, I live in Ackworth, Georgia, so I like to just keep up on local information when I can. So I read the Atlanta Journal-Constitution as well as the Marietta Daily Journal. I read those two as a newspaper source. My favorite radio station is 94.9 The Bull. I kind of like the country music scene. I actually am very eclectic, so I like all kinds of music, but country is definitely my favorite. I also have Alexa, and I have some outside speakers that I turn the music up around our pool area, and so I do like to utilize the stations that like Amazon playlists and so forth, so I do enjoy that. Musician, again, I have a wide range of not only artists but musicians that I love to listen to. But we just actually attended the Sugarland concert, which is our third concert of hers that we've gone to, or theirs, because she's not single anymore. So they're back together. But I love, I love all kinds of music, and so. But I would say that right now, back into the country scene again, because we are going to see Lady Antebellum in September, so that'll be fun too. My favorite film by far is still Steel Magnolia. I love it. The ladies, the Southern ladies, all the sayings that they have in the movie is phenomenal, and I find myself quoting it quite a bit. I love you more than my own luggage, all kinds of things. So it's still my favorite. I can watch it 100 times and never gets old. As far as TV shows, I crazy. I go from Steel Magnolias to CSI, Law and Order, Criminal Minds. So I really love the kind of the PI side of everything. I do love those shows, and I watch them whenever I have an opportunity to watch. And then I've also got into the Game of Thrones. I know that that is one of the areas that my kids have started to watch, believe it or not. But again, they're older. And then I got hooked about probably three-fourths through, so I had to go back and watch all of the prior seasons and get caught up and understand. So that's been fun. And then it's not been so fun that they are waiting until 2019 to bring that back. But Game of Thrones is another one of my favorites. And then from a website, um, I, I'm in software for business, and so I'm on websites all the time. I don't know that I really have a favorite one except Google, because Google, I can find everything on Google that I need. Games, I love board games and just old school. So I love board games like Monopoly and Clue, some of the card games that we might play, and even poker as a family. That's kind of fun. So I love to do that. If I was to average out how often I'm spending time on media, on the time that is spent, I would say probably on an average, because I do work full time, and of course adding the school schedule to my calendar too. I would say about an average of 2 to 3 hours a day if you count for everything that falls under that. So watching the local news in the morning to Good Morning America, some of the reading I do during the day, and then of course at night what I plug into. But I would say on an average it's about 2 to 3 hours a day. So that's me. I look